So chapter 2 is obligations of the partners, and as discussed the last time, is further divided into sections. So in two sections, not two sections, but into sections. So section 1 is obligations of the partners among themselves. So more of like internal nga obligasyon nila sa usag-usa. Okay, wa pay labot ang uban. And then section 2 talks about the property rights of a partner. What are the rights of a partner to the partnership assets? And then section 3 is obligations of the partners with regard to third persons. So external na after talking about internal. So dinhi na mag-discuss ta og external nga mga obligations nila. Okay? Then after that, comes chapter 3. So, mora to kutob ang chapter 2, no? Only 3 sections. So, let's move again back here. So, we are going to start discussing section 1, obligations of the partners among themselves. Okay. Let me just check here. Okay. So Article 1784, a partnership begins from the moment of the execution of the contracts, unless it is otherwise stipulated. So this is the general rule, and it reinforces our learning that a contract of partnership is perfected by mere consent. Right? I remember mo itong gihisgutan last time na there is no other form that is required of a partnership. As soon as nag-agree na ang tanan partners kung unsa ilang i-contribute, unsa ang purpose sa ilang partnership, unsaon nila pagbahin-bahin ang profit sa partnership, kung nana sila'y nasabutan ana, then the contract of partnership is already perfected. It's perfected by mere meeting of the minds, mere consent. So a contract of partnership is consensual in nature because it is perfected by mere consent. So once the contract of partnership is perfected, we can say now that a partnership is already born out of it. So nag-start na inyong partnership. From the moment nga na-perfected ang inyong contract by mere meeting of the minds. So there is now a partnership. Nabuhi na ang partnership. Nagsugod na ang inyong partnership. That is the general rule. Unless it is otherwise stipulated. So if you include a stipulation of a certain date kung kanusta magsugod ang inyong partnership, then that stipulation will be followed. Okay, so for example, karon no, after the class, nagsabot-sabot mo sa inyong amiga nga, oy, maghimo tag ani nga partnership. Mao ni ang ako ang i-contribute, mausad ni ang imong i-contribute. Unsa man ang sharing na to sa profits and losses? Ah, sige, 50-50 na lang ta. Okay, nagkasinabot na mo, naan na mo yung meeting of the minds. Karon, which is August 30. So, sa kanang time na nagkasabot mo, nagsugod na ang inyong partnership. The law says that a partnership has already begun from that moment, August 30. But pwede ba mo magsabot nga, mag-start ang inyong partnership September 15 na lang? Yes, pwede. So if there is that stipulation, daily August 30 ang birth date sa inyong partnership, but rather it is September 15. Okay? Based sa inyong sabot. Okay, more na siya. So it just confirms our understanding that a partnership is perfected by mere consent. And since it is perfected by mere consent, we can say that it is consensual. Okay? Consensual. Next, Article 1785. When a partnership for a fixed term or a particular undertaking is continued after the termination of such term or particular undertaking without any express agreement, The rights and duties of the partners remain the same as they were at such termination, so far as is consistent with a partnership at will. Okay. So this article, the first paragraph is very rich. It tells us first three kinds of a partnership. Okay. We have here partnership for a fixed term. It's the first one. Okay. Partnership for a fixed term. Pasabot, inyo jud gisabutan nga kutob rata ato ang partnership is good for 5 years, good for 10 years, or whatever, how many years you want. Pwede ba na? Yes, stipulate ninyo na kutob rata 5 years. This is only good for 5 years, 10 years, 6 years. Bisag pila pa na ka years inyong sabot. As long as nagsabot mo particular period or term. So we can say that your partnership is one for a fixed term. What is another kind of partnership being discussed here? Partnership for a particular undertaking. Okay? So, a partnership for a particular undertaking, magsabot mo kung unsa inyong ganahan i-achieve. Okay? For example, kani nga partnership para rani sa pagtukod og isa ka 20-story building. Okay? More siya, kumbaga, same like a joint venture ba? Na ato ang partnership para magtukod tag 20-story building. So no matter how long will it take you to make the 20-story building, as soon as nahuman nimo ang imong 20 floors nga building, diha ra kutob ang inyong partnership. So in that case, your partnership is for a particular undertaking, regardless of how many years will it take you to undertake that particular activity, to finish that project, to complete that particular undertaking. Bisag pila pa nakatuig, basta kay inig human ana, mawa na mo. Mao na siya nga gitawag na partnership for a particular undertaking. Nagets? Okay. The third one is a partnership at will. Sabi ng partnership at will. It is a kind of partnership wherein continue siya forever until mapulan na mo. So, partnership at will is a partnership left, the life of which is left to the discretion of the partners. So, whenever one partner would say, I don't want anymore, let's not continue, let's stop this, itigil na natin to. Bito. Pagod na ako, wala ka. O sige, let's muna. Shit. So, walay particular number of years, walay particular undertaking, depende ra sa inyong gusto. Mo na ang partnership at will. So, kumbaga, forever unless otherwise stated. Diba? So, continue siya forever hangtod na ay mapulan. Okay. So, kung namoy bago nga karelasyon, mga tanan mo, sa ni partnership at will ni ato, no? Depende na lang na isa nga mo pakulaan. Okay, so, ang sa mag-iingon din kung ang inyuha ko ng partnership for a fixed term, okay, ayaw lang sa ni-imay ng uban. When your partnership is for a fixed term, pero gi-continue ko ninyo, bisan na human na ang kana nga term. Let's say, ang sabot ninyo is 5 years. 5 years. 5 years ra kutob. Example. Nahuman na lang ang 5 years. Gi-continue ninyo. No? Continued after the termination of such term. Nagpadayon ra gihapon mo bisag nahuman na ang 5 years, mura ra gyud nahitabo ba nagpadayon ra gihapon mo. No, you continued it without any express agreement. So kumbaga impliedly lang. Nagi-continue lang jud ninyo, wa mo nagsabot nga i-continue, pero based sa inyong acts, continue ra gihapon ni padayon ra gihapon mo sa inyong gipangbuhat for the last 5 years. So, in that case daw ko no, since ni continue man mo, bahalag na human na ang 5 years without any express agreement. Your rights and duties as partners remain the same. But this time, your partnership will be converted into a partnership at will. Nagets? Okay. Since nahuman naman ang inyong sabot na 5 years, pero gipadayon pa gihapon ninyo, continue mo sa inyong gipangbuhat. So ang inyong rights and duties as partners will remain the same, but this time, your partnership will be converted into a partnership at will. Okay, nahuman naman inyong fixed term, but napadayon man gihapon mo. So mahimo na siyang partnership at will. Okay? Same goes with a partnership for a particular undertaking. So like akong gi-example ganina, ang inyuhang particular undertaking is for you to build a 20-story building. Okay? So nahuman, let's say nahuman na ang inyuhang 20-story building. Nagpadayon ra gihapon mo og nagkuha pa mo bag-o nga project, another na pud nga building nga inyong tukuron. So, despite now insulted the particular undertaking is continued after the termination of such particular undertaking. Bahalag na human ako no ka na nga particular undertaking, i-continue ra gihapon ninyo yung partnership without any express agreements. Then on sa effect, the rights and duties of the partners remain the same. Okay? But again, your partnership will be converted into one that is a partnership at will. Nagets? Okay. So when can we say that there is continuation? Pakayong mandirigi, continue ko, no? So, unsa man ang ato ang basis nga nakaingon ta nga continue man nila. Mo ni ato ang basis, okay? Mo ni ato basis. This one, the second paragraph. The continuation of the business by the partners or such of them as habitually acted therein during the term. Pasabot, diha lang sa takutod. Pasabot, kung unsa inyong sige ginabuhat for the last, let's say 5 years, for the last 5 years, maorag gihapon ang inyong gibuhat karon. Gipadayon ra ninyo kung unsa inyong naandan, habitually acted. Kung unsa inyong naandan sa una nga inyong gipangbuhat, maorag gihapon ang inyong gibuhat. Without any settlement or liquidation of the partnership affairs. Wala ninyo gipambaligya ang inyong mga properties sa partnership. Wala ninyo giliquidate. Kasabot mo na liquidation, murag winding up nga, murag pack up na tayo mga beshies, ibang baligya na nato ang atong mga properties sa partnership para mahuman i-close na ni nato ang ato ang business. If there was no liquidation whatsoever, and in fact, you acted as if normal lang. Kung sa inyong ginabuhat sa unang maura, gihapon ang inyong ginabuhat karon. It is a prima facie evidence of a continuation of the partnership. Okay? It says prima facie, or how do you say it? Prima facie. I don't know. Basta prima facie evidence. It says that it can be controverted. Prima facie lang siya. You can present controverting evidence to prove otherwise. Okay? So, obvious naman siguro, di ba? Kung imong gibuhat as if waray nahitabo, nag-continue ra ka. So, that is an evidence of a continuation of a partnership. Gets? Okay. Wala tayo question aning article. Article 1786. Every partner is a debtor of the partnership for whatever he may have promised to contribute thereto. Diba, unsa to ang giingon by the contract of partnership, two or more persons bind themselves to contribute money, property, or industry to a common fund. So meaning to say, pag start sa inyong sabot, naghisgot na mo kung unsa inyong i-contribute, correct? Example, uy, pag-on mo kamera, uy, para ganahan di ako na ako'y kastorya, di ba? Dili ra inyong pictures. Ako makitaan. Okay. So example, ingon mo nga, ang akong i-contribute 10,000. Okay? Yan siya. Akong i-contribute 10,000. Ang ingon pa rin sa kapartner nimo, ako ang i-contribute, o man ko'y kwarta no, pero akong i-contribute per mga furniture and fixtures sa office. Kaya na mo ko'y daghan extra dito nga, lamisa o lingkuranan. Ato akong i-contribute. Pwede? Pwede. Diba? Kay money or property or industry. Okay. So, katong ni Hisgot nga mo, hatag siya kwarta. Nilabay na lang ang pila ka adlaw, wa niya gihatag ang iyang giingon nga i-contribute daw niya nga kwarta. So, katong nga partner will become a debtor of the partnership. Katong naay gisaad, nga wala pa niya gihatag ang iyang gisaad, he is to be treated a debtor. And the creditor is the partnership. So, kumbaga, naa siya yung utang sa partnership. Okay? So, whatever you promise to contribute, nga wala pa nimo na contribute, wala pa nimo na hatag, you will be treated as a debtor of the partnership. Okay? Unsa man ang effects if debtor ka daw sa inyong sa inyong oblikon. Unsa may effects if nakautang ka? Sige daw. You will
Uh,
be, sige, Sir Sylvan,
you will be burdened once mo demand na si kuan creditor. Set
and to pay. What else? Aside from paying the quote-unquote principal, you also have to pay for
interest.
interest and damages, right? So meaning to say, if that certain partner did not make good of his promise to contribute a certain amount, ang iyahang ihatag sa partnership, dili ra ang amount nga iyang gi-promise. Naapay mga dapat add-ons. Kaya nga naman, debtor naman siya sa partnership. So, naay mga interests, naay mga damages na kailangan sa niya ihatag. Okay? He shall also be bound for warranty in case of eviction with regard to specific and determinate things which he may have contributed to the partnership in the same cases and in the same manner as the vendor is bound with respect to the vendee. Kaya namdam mo sa inyong contract of sale nga klase, na-mention siguro sa inyong teacher, I'm sure I've mentioned this in my class, nga na ay warranty against eviction. Pero although wala pa lang namo siya na thoroughly discussed because of may naabot ang article. But when we say warranty against eviction, kung saan nasabtan ninyo sa eviction? Ang nasabtan na to, kay ka naman kung papahawaon ka no, sa yuta, i-evict ka, or sa inyong balay, i-evict ka, no? But can there be also eviction in relation to personal properties? Kaya again, ang atong nasabtan sa eviction, papahawaon ka. Let's say, papahawaon ka sa yuta, papahawaon ka sa building, papahawaon ka sa office. So, more of immovable properties or real properties, right? But my question is there also eviction when it comes to personal or movable properties? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
attorney.
ma'am. Yes,
In
ma'am. If
terms
it's
of
not
continued possession.
if it's
Yes.
not
Correct.
dasyon impago.
So, more on possession, right? So, for example, ikaw nag-possess ani, ikaw nagamit, ikaw naggunit, pero nailaing tao, mukli mo, uy, ako man na, abi. So, kuhaon niya gikan nimo ang possession of the personal property. That's also eviction, right? Although, dili siya mao ang mostly na tumasod sa utok kung may tag-eviction. But that is also eviction. So, the partner who contributes a property. Pwede ba mo contribute of property? Yes, no? Money, property, or industry. So if you contributed a property to the partnership, then later on someone else claimed ownership of such property and the partnership was evicted because someone else claimed ownership of that property nga imuhang contribute sa partnership. Ikaw nga nag-contribute, ana, you will be liable to the partnership. You will be bound for warranty in case of eviction. Okay? Example, ni-contribute kong yuta sa partnership. That is my contribution. By way of property, nihatag kong yuta sa partnership. That is my contribution. But later on, someone else claimed ownership over that, and in fact, it was made subject to a litigation, and then that other person won and got the possession and ownership of that certain land nga ako ang contribute sa partnership, I will be liable to the partnership. I should make good of this warranty in case of eviction. Okay? And then, he shall also be liable for the fruits thereof from the time they should have been delivered without the need of any demand. So, that is, even though the partnership did not make any express demand. Kaya di ba sa oblicon, unsa to? No demand, no delay. Correct? Sa oblicon, no demand, no delay. So in oblicon, kanang usual lang nato nga obligations and contract, it's not a contract of partnership. There can only be delay if there is demand. But in this case, for partnership, without any need of a demand, you are liable for the fruits thereof. Kung late ka nihatag sa imong gi-promise nga i-contribute, tanan fruits coming from that certain thing that you promised to contribute should also be delivered to the partnership without the need of any demand. Example, nagsabot mo sa imong miga, magtimumog partnership, piggery business. Okay? Ingon imong amiga, day na ako'y bakante nga lote dinha sa likod sa amo ang balay. Gamiton ta na sa pagkuha sa tong mga pigs, no? So ang iyang i-contribute is ang lots. Okay? Ikaw on the other hand, kaala naman may pet nga baboy. Pero kuan siya kanang sige kanang dili na lang ni siya pet, oy mao na lang ni siya ako ang i-contribute para sa atong piggery business, ha? I mean, ako ang isa ka baboy. Okay, ang inyong sabot, imong i-deliver ang baboy August 30 karong adlaw. Pero September na lang, wala pa nimo gihatod dito sa lote ang baboy. Okay? Let's say nanganak imuhang baboy og 20 ka buok nga piglets. Possible ba na? Exact lang ko, no? Pero let's say nanganak siya 20 ka buok. Unya, after niya nanganak, imo na din siyang gihatod dito sa imong miga. Kaya mo lagi ito imong i-contribute. Question, sakto ba nga ang inahan ra ang imong gi-deliver or dili? So, dili. Okay? Because you shall be liable for the fruits thereof. Kung saan ang fruits na to sa oblikon? Fruits can be natural, industrial
Social.
fruits. What else? Uy, sa itong mga fruits, oy, ikalimtan na
Nat-
ninyo yung kwan. Sumbong tamang
Natural,
tanan.
industrial, artificial, sa patong
In our
Civil
example,
fruits.
ha? Ano sa to?
Natural, industrial, and civil
Civil.
fruits.
Correct. So, civil fruits. Kanang tulo, ha? Natural, industrial, and civil fruits. In our example a while ago, itong mga anak ni baboy, no? Those are natural fruits. Okay? So, you also have to deliver them sa imuhang amiga ngadto sa iyang lote. Dili ra ang isa ka baboy, but also the fruits of that baboy without the need of any demand. So meaning, there is already delay on your part if you did not deliver it at the time that they should have been delivered. There is already delay even without any demand. Unlike in our usual oblicon, na there is no delay and there is no demand. No demand, no delay. Okay? Here, there is no need for any demand. Tanan fruits din ha. Fruits coming from that property nga imuha untang gi-promise nga i-contribute. If na-delay ka og hatag, tanan fruits ana imong i-appeal og hatag. Okay? Okay. When the capital or part thereof which a partner is bound to contribute consists of goods, their appraisal must be made in the manner prescribed in the contract of partnership. Okay, ana lang sa tako to para di ta maglibog. So ingon siya din when a capital or part thereof which a partner is bound to contribute consists of goods. Pasabot, if ang contribution sa isa ka partner is isa ka butang daw kuno, so meaning property ang iyang ihatag no or goods. Unsaon man nato pag-determine sa value ana nga goods? Okay? For example, may ka mo contribute og inventories. Okay. How do we put a value? Unsa man nato pag-determine sa value sa inventories nga imong i-contributes? So for us to determine the value of your contribution, anong kinahanglan man nato i-value imong contribution? Kay sa partnership accounting book di ay unsaon din na pag-record debit, credit, pila man nga amount. So takabaw. So kailangan mag-valuation ta sa imong i-contribute nga. For example, inventories. So ang tawag ana, putting a value to that certain goods that you want to contribute is appraisal. Okay? Appraisal pasabot, imong butngan og value. Imong i-determine ang value. Imong i-determine ang presyo ani nga mga goods na imuhang i-contribute sa partnership. So unsaon ko no? The appraisal must be made in the manner prescribed in the contract of partnership. So ang pag-determine daw kuno sa value sa goods na imuhang i-contribute magbase sa inyong nasabutan. So kung unsa man gani inyong nasabutan, mao na ang i-follow. For example, nagsabot mo nga ato lang tan-awon ang presyo aning parehas in aning nga mga inventories sa SM. Pila ka ang presyo ani dito sa SM. So mao na ang atong appraisal for this one. You can stipulate that in your contract of partnership, okay? But what if wala mo nagbutang ana sa inyong part, wala mo nagsabot sa inyong contract? Kung unsaon pag-appraise ang kani nga klase nga mga goods. So unsa man ang buhaton? In the absence of stipulation, it shall be made by experts. Okay? Ang mo determine kuno sa value, ang mo appraise daw kuno sa imong goods nga i-contribute is ang experts nga pilion sa mga partners. So kamoy magbuot kinsa man nga expert ang inyong tawagon. Inyong i-require to put a value or to determine the valuation of those goods. And according to current prices, the subsequent changes thereof being for the account of the partnership. Ari lang sa ta sa experts. Kinsa may kasagaran experts. When it comes to real property, kinsa man ang atuang expert ana sa valuation kung real estate. Di ba we have what we call REA? R-E-A? Diba na uban nga REA, R-E-B-R-E-A. Real estate broker, not so much. Real estate appraisers. Mo na siya ang atong tawgon nga experts when it comes to valuation of real property. So, pwede mo mga hire o REA, real estate appraiser, to appraise kung real property na siya. How about kung movable properties? Kasi may experts. Depende. No? Depende kung unsa siya nga movable property. Ako na yung example a while ago sa akong biggest class. Car. Okay, car. Masama na mo pagkahibaw kung let's say, ang akong i-contribute sa partnership is ang ako ang car. Kung saan man ako pagkahibaw, kung pila ang value ani nga car. So there is also what we call motor vehicle appraisers, right? Most of them are, I just found out recently, naagi day mga appraisers sa sud sa kanang mga baligyanan ng sakyanan ba. So for example, I am in Talisay. So niadto ko sa Toyota Talisay. Ipa-appraise na ko ang mga sakyanan na pila ka ang valuan. Naagi na sila accredited appraiser. So tan-aw niya ang status sa imong sakyanan, no, daghan bang garas, giyon sa pag-amping imong sakyanan, and then they will rate it, i-rate nila, and then mura ba graduhan nila imong sakyanan, and then basing on that rating, ma-determine na nila kung pila ang value sa imong sakyanan. Okay? So, that is one example of an expert. When it comes to stones, precious stones, kinsa man na ato ang experts ana. Diba natin mga jewelers, mga experts, natanawon yun nila kung baga, for lack of better term, legit ba ni siya nga stone? Diba? Or shining shimmering lang ni siya pero fake di ay. Nabataw no kung kita ordinary citizens man no kung tanaw na to basta gagilak-gilak mauna na. Pero di ay kay basin glass ra di siya, di ba? Mao man na siya alternative sa mga kanang mga engagement rings nga mga dili kayo mahal. So glass lang di siya pero glittering siya tan-awon so mo siya diamond pero di ay. So kita di man ta expert ana, but a jeweler may be considered an expert when it comes to that. Okay? So we shall hire experts to determine the value of those goods nga ato ang i-contribute sa partnership. And according to current prices, the subsequent changes thereof, so any fluctuations sa price, possible ba nga mag-change ang price? Let's say after a year, lahi na ang value ani nga butang. After a month, lahi na ang value ani nga butang. So yes, possible. There could be fluctuations in prices. So any subsequent changes in the price, any fluctuations in the price shall be for the account of the partnership. Meaning to say, if there is any increase in the price, the gain shall be owned by the partnership. If there are any decreases the price, the loss shall be also on the account of the partnership. Why? Because si partnership naman ang owner. By the time you contributed those goods to the partnership now becomes the owner of those goods. So being the owner, ano si tawag ninyo na sa oblikon? Sige na ko yung oblikon. Kaya oblikon man yun, ang kuan. Si tawag ninyo na sa oblikon.
Being the owner?
The thing perishes with the owner. Correct? Namo na sa oblikon. The thing perishes with the owner. So, kung sa magay mahitabo sa property, it's already on the account of the owner. So, in this case, since you already contributed the goods to the partnership is now considered the owner of those goods. Being the owner of those goods, any fluctuations, be it result to a gain or a loss, regardless, gain or loss, it should be on the account of the partnership. Not anymore on the account of the contributing partner. Okay? Nakuha ra? Nag-gets siya na to? Okay. Clear all drawings. Let's move on to here. Article 1788. A partner who has undertaken to contribute a sum of money and fails to do so becomes a debtor for the interest and damages from the time he should have complied with his obligation. So, matutong gingan ganiha, no? Na if ni-promise ka nga mo contribute ka og money sa partnership, pero kadugay-dugay ka og hatag, no? Wa ni mo gituman nga kaning adlaw mohatag kog 10,000. Wa ka ni hatag atong adlaw. So, you become a debtor. You will be considered a debtor of the partnership. Being a debtor, you will also have to pay for interest and damages. Ano sa man ta mag-start o count sa interest and damages? It should be reckoned from the time he should have complied with his obligation. Meaning, kung kano sa imong gi-promise nga date, ihatag na nimo, unya wa ka nakahatag ana nga date, so diha magsugod ang running sa interest. Okay? So for example, nagsabot mo, there was meeting of the minds as to the contribution and all for the partnership. Karon, August 30. Pero ang sabot ninyo, ihatag pa nimo ang imong contribution in September 1. So September 1 pa inyong sabot nga muhatag ka sa imong 10,000. So question, pagkaabot sa August 31, kailangan na ba na ay interest? Mo-count na ba tag interest? Dili pa. Kaya ang inyong sabot, September 1 man imo ihatag. So kung ni-default ka pagka September 1, that's the time that you will become liable for interest and damages. So the running of the interest, no, it shall be computed from the time when due ang imuhang i-promise nga i-contribute nga kwarta. Okay? The same rule applies to any amount he may have taken from the partnership coffers. So kanina nga rule, meaning to say, you will become a debtor for the interest and damages. That same rule will also apply if subsequently nanguha kuno ka o kwarta sa partnership funds for personal use. Possible ba nga mukuha kag kwarta sa partnership funds to support a personal expense? Yes, it can be possible, right? So if you've taken any amount from the partnership coffers, you will become a debtor of the partnership. And being a debtor, you will have to pay for interest and also damages. Okay? Your liability for interest and damages shall begin from the time he converted the amount to his own use. So from the time kung gigamit nimo ang kwarta sa partnership para igasto sa imong personal nga expense, from that point in time, you are to be treated as a debtor of the partnership, and as such, you will have to pay for interest and damages. Okay? Clear. So, kinsa day ang pinaka-safe na partner? Dili ka liable for interest, damages, fruits, whatsoever. Sige daw.
Capitalist.
Ha?
Capitalist.
Capitalist or industrial partner. So, kung capitalist ka, that means you will be giving money or property. Mo na siya ang capitalist. So, if you promise to pay money, you will become a debtor of the partnership if you will not make good of your promise. Same goes with if you contribute property. But if you become an industrial partner, meaning you will contribute your industry to the partnership, then wala ka aning mga interest and damages. Kaya imuhang service man ang imong ihatag sa partnership. Okay? Okay, so in that question alone, katong question nga, asa ang unsa nga klase nga partner ang walay inaning mga interest, damages, and all. Industrial partner answer. Pero dili sa lalim mahimong industrial partner. Okay, why? Because under Article 1789, if you are an industrial partner, you cannot engage in business for himself. Unless the partnership expressly permits him to do so. Meaning, unsa ganito ang pwede na to i-contribute? Money, property, or industry. If you contribute industry, you will be called or referred to as an industrial partner, right? Kung industrial partner daw kuno ka, di ka pwede magtukod og another business. Bisag unsa pa na nga business, bahalag dili pa na kompetensya sa inyong partnership business. Bisan unsa nga business, dili ka pwede maghimo kung ikaw industrial partner ka. Unless the partnership expressly permits him to do so. So, for you to engage in another business, kailangan mananghid ka sa uban nga partners. Okay, like in our example a while ago, sa ito'y nasabutan nila nga partnership business, piggery. Okay, piggery. Unya, let's say, one of the partners, yung siya, wa man ko'y maikahatag nga kwarta, wala sad ko'y property, pero ang ako na lang i-contribute, ako na lang mo atiman sa mga baboy. Ako mo atiman sa mga baboy, limpyuhan ako ang ilahang lugar ngadto and all. So, imong service ang imihatag, contribute. So, you are an industrial partner. Now, what if, ingon imong asawa nga, love, maghimutag business ka ng kanang piso-piso tubig ba? Hughog piso. Okay. Question, kana nga business, no? Kanang automatic tubig machine, kana ATM, automatic tubig machine. Is it in direct competition with your piggery business? No. Lahi ra gani kaayo, di ba? Piggery o automatic tubig, automated or automatic tubig machine. Lahi ra kayo. But since you are an industrial partner, dili ka pwede muhimuan ng imong ATM. Bahala. So meaning, the prohibition does not specify kung in competition ba sa imuhang partnership business or dili. So it's an absolute prohibition sa unsa pa na klase nga business. Di ka pwede mo engage or di ka pwede maghimo. Except if musugot ang imuhang tanan partners. So unless the partnership expressly permits him to do so. So mananghid ka sa uban nimong partners. Okay? For example, gisekreto nimo naghimo ka og ATM katong automatic tubig machine. Wa ka na nanghid, sa muka na kansig pananghid sa imong uban nga partners. So you made that act in violation of Article 1789. So unsa naman ang effects? If he should do so, the capitalist partners, katong uban nga remaining partners, no? Capitalist partners may either, okay? So duha ang ilahang options. Sa man ang options sa uban partners pagka na-discover man nila nga na kay ATM. Sa man ang ilahang first option. First option, exclude him from the firm. Mo ni ang number 1 nga option. Kasi pasabot, exclude him from the firm. Ang tama ka sa partnership, kapahawaon ka sa inyong partnership. Mo na ang first option ni capitalist partners. Pahawaon ka. Or, kung di man kanila papahawaon, unsa ikaduhang option, avail themselves of the benefits which he may have obtained in violation of this provision. In short, unsa man ang second option? Tanan daw kuno nimong income sa imuhang ATM, automatic tubig machine, kuhaon sa partnership. Ma-forfeit in favor of the partnership. I-forfeit in favor of the partnership with a right to damages in either case. So, regardless kung option 1 ang pilion or option 2, na I right to damages. Hala, gitawagan lagi ko ni Justin. Wait sa, ha? Kasi iyang tuyo. Wait sa, wait sa, tawagan sa na ang tawag ni Justin.
Okay, attorney.
I think katong mga naa sa school karon kay Bao siguro sige tawag ni Miss Justine, no? Sige lang, di lang na ko i-disclose diri sa class at I think kabaw naman mo. Okay. Kato daw ang mga naa sa school. Nakay-raise na concern. Anyway, sige, go. Let's continue. Asa naman ko? Nawa na ko. Okay, so to, duha ka book options. Okay? Duha ka options. Ano na ito? If ikaw industrial partner ka, dili ka allowed mo engage in any other business. Bahalag dili in direct competition, ha? Unless if manguha ka og consent sa imong uban partners. If wala ka nang consent from your other partners, hindi padayon ka sa imong other business, ang katong uban nimo nga mga partners, which is the capitalist partners, naa sila duha ka option. Ang say first option, i-exclude ka from the firm. At tangtang ka sa firm. Second option, kung ano siya ha, kailangan mamili sila ha, dili pwede both. Dapat piliun nila unsa nga option ila ha, ganahan. I-exclude ba ka sa firm? Or second option, avail themselves of the benefits which he may have obtained in violation of this provision. Meaning, tanan niya nga income from the automatic tubig machine kuhaon sa partnership. And in either option, na ay right to damages. Meaning, if ang option 1 ang ilang pilion, so exclude plus damages. Or if ang option 2 ang ilang pilion, avail of the benefits, so ilang kuhaon, tanan income from the ATM, plus damages. So, either option 1 or option 2, always with damages. Okay? Nagets? So again ha, ang prohibition when it comes to industrial partner, dili na to i-qualify whether competition ba or dili. Yes, Sir Sylvan?
Ma'am, question, ma'am. Why
Yes.
is this so nga kanang naay sa term absolute bawal,
Mm.
ma'am? Is this because to protect the interest of the katong partnered nga business kay if ever na siya second business ang iyang energy mapunta dito din niya ma-take care ang katong first business?
Yes, rightfully so, sir. So that is why this one is for industrial partner case, diba? Being an industrial partner, what you have contributed to the partnership is your industry. And you cannot contribute your service and industry to the partnership fully if you have something else nga kabisihan. Okay? So if maghimo pa kaglain nga business, wala ma-divide na ang imong energy, attention. Mapabayaan na nimo ang kaning partnership. When in fact, ang imong habiyang gi-contribute is your industry or your service to the partnership. Right? But only way to do this, to circumvent this, is to ask permission from your partners. Like for example, you have to convince them nga kani man gud ang ako ang other business, di man siya kinahanglan nga mag hands-on ko dito kay pabayaan ra man na ako dito, di man ko mag-atang pud sa akong automatic tubig machine, di ba? Di man siya mag-atang-atang dito. Man niya bantayan, iya ra mang ibutang. Niya man na, di ba? So let's say every end of the day or kada gabi, alas 10 sa gabi, alas 12 sa gabi, ablihan baron niya ang katong murag hughug sa kwarta niya, kuhaon niya ang halin. So dili ra kinahanglan og tangan niya dito. So pwede niya i-convince ang iyang uban partners. Tugti na lang. Tugti ko ani. Kay di man ko mo spend og time ngadto. Ako ra man i-install ngadto ang akong automatic tubig machine and that's it. Then if mosugot ang imuhang partners sa partnership, then okay. No, walay mahitabo nga kaning exclude him, avail themselves of the benefits. Wala na sila. Okay? So kani nga mga options naalang mo arise lang siya if di ka mananghid. Or if nananghid ka wa ka sulti. Ya padayon ra gihapon. Okay? Okay, Article 1790. Unless there is a stipulation to the contrary, the partners shall contribute equal shares to the capital of the partnership. So kung wala daw kuno mo nagsabot, no, as a general rule, dapat equal ang inyong contributions sa partnership. So, for example, if I contribute 100,000, dapat ang imong i-contribute 100,000 sad or property na valued at 100,000. So that's the general rule. But the exception is that if you have any stipulation to the contrary, na nagsabot mo nga pwede ra dili equal. Na imuha 10,000, iyaha 50,000, iyaha 100,000, nagsabot mo nga okay ra. Then okay ra. Okay? So in that case, most of the time, maglahi-lahi na ang inyong share. Share sa profit. Dili na sad equal sharing ang inyong profit. But pwede ba mo magsabot nga equal sharing lang gihapon bahalag dili equal atong contribution? Answer is pwede. Pwede. So, meaning dili all the time nga proportionate sa imuhang contribution ang imuhang share sa profits. What would be the reason why ni-allow ra si law nga bahalag bubo ang imuhang gamay ra imong contribution compared sa uban pero equal sharing mo sa profits. Example ako, 10,000 ra ang akong gi-contribute. Ang akong partner 100,000. Ako 10,000. Pero 50-50 daw kuno mi sa profits. Pwede na siya kay what if my name is already very well known such that if I associate my name to the partnership, I can bring in clients just because I am one of the partners. So there are also other considerations no, to help you determine pila inyong sharing. So bahalag 10 ra kung gihatag, the other one is 100. He cannot run the business alone without my name on it. So that's why ni-agree siya na 50-50 lang gihapon mi sa sharing sa profits. Okay? So again, must be clear in your mind na dili kinahanglan proportionate to the contribution ang imuhang share sa profits. Okay, next, Article 1791. If there is no agreement to the contrary, in case of an imminent loss of the business of the partnership, any partner who refuses to contribute an additional share to the capital, except an industrial partner, to save the venture, shall be obliged to sell his interest to the other partners. Okay. Article 1791 talks about imminent loss. So when we say imminent loss, is there a requirement nga nagsuffer na jud og loss ang partnership? Yes or no? Kailangan ba suffering na jud ang partnership sa loss?
Not necessarily, attorney.
Correct. Not necessarily. But because when we speak of imminent, ano man na siya? Is it already existing or in the future?
Padulong pa.
Padong pa. Pero duol na. Di ba? It's not way ahead of the future, but duol na jud kay siya. Meaning, ma-predict na gyud ninyo nga naay padung nga loss sa partnership. So, if naay imminent loss, no? Unsa man di ay ang remedy sa partnership. Okay, if there is no agreement to the contrary, meaning absent any stipulation, ang rule is that tanan partners kailangan muhatag og additional share para masalba no to save the venture. Kailangan sila mo contribute og additional contribution. Each of them should contribute an additional contribution para ma-save ang ilang partnership. Such that no, if you refuse to do so, nanay imminent loss, so gipangayuan mo og additional, maghatag tag additional contribution di para ma-save ang atong partnership. Pero ikaw ni-refuse ka, ay di lang ko, wala kwarta. Or wala ko kwarta para ana. Okay. If you refuse to make an additional share, okay, you shall be obliged to sell your interest to the other partner. Okay? So, kumbaga, example no, si Laika, si Maris, o si Cristel, silang tulo partners. Okay? Ingon sila, wala na may imminent loss nun niya. Ganahan jud kano nga i-save ni nato tong partnership. So, girls, contribute tag additional 50K be. Ingon si Laika. 50 ta. Ingon sila, oh, tara akong 50. Ingon si Maris, oh, tara sad akong 50. Ingon si Crystal, ay, di lang ko muhatag. So, kay ni refuse man si Crystal to contribute an additional share. Pwede mo ingon si Maris, naapa man ko'y additional 50. Ako nalay bayad para kang Crystal. Pero since ako may nibayad para kang Crystal, iyahang iyahang interest in the partnership, meaning iyahang porsyento nga ownership sa partnership, padungan na nako. Padungan ako. Ako nang, kumbaga, imong gipalit ang share ni Crystal. Okay? So, in effect, mahawa na si Crystal sa partnership. Kay si Maris man ang nibayad on behalf of Crystal. So, marag iyang gipalit ang interest ni Crystal. Okay. But you can see here, exempts an industrial partner. Meaning to say, if you are an industry, for example, if Crystal is an industrial partner, she can refuse to, to contribute. Meaning, any industrial partner is exempted from this requirements. Kaya nga naman, kay i-treat baya sa law, no? Ang ihab yung contribution is yung industry. So meaning, yan ang ihatag iyang best sa partnership. Tanan niyang oras, effort, pagpadagan sa partnership. So, katong iyang efforts, time, energy, and all, despite that, na ay loss, gihapon, correct? Na ay loss, na imminent loss. Maong na to, kumbaga, ang share ni Crystal sa loss sa partnership. It's as if gihatag na niya tanan, pero those efforts were not fruitful. Kumbaga, ang iyang efforts were all put in vain. Wala ra day effects, pero nahago na siya. So, ang iyang kahago, tanan niyang kahago, naaragya po'y loss, mao na to ang iyahang share sa loss. So, dili na nimo siya pwede pangayuan o kwarta para mo share sa loss to save the venture. Okay? So, at this point pa lang, I'd like to emphasize na an industrial partner cannot be made to shoulder any loss from the partnership. Always na siya exempted from loss. Any agreement to the contrary shall be void. Bahala pa og nagsabot mo nga, oy Crystal, bahalag industrial ka ha. Dili lagi hapon ka share sa loss B. Nga ni, oh, si Crystal, sige, sige, kay maluoy mo ko ninyo. Even if na ay consent sa industrial partner and all other partners, that stipulation is void. Because the law itself says any industrial partner should not be burdened additionally by the loss because he already suffered his share of the loss. The time wasted, the efforts given, only to find out na those efforts proved futile. Right? Haha, so more emotional din kami si industrial partner. Ay, binigay ko na lahat, pero I did my best, but my best was not good enough. Something like that. So, mo na to iyang share. Ang iyang pagka-emo, mo na to iyang share sa iyang loss. So, ayaw na siya pang additional. Okay? So, in other words, only capitalist partners. Ha? Only capitalist partners ang pangayuan sa share. Si industrial partner, dili na pangayuan. Kay nagdrama na siya. Nahuman na siya drama. Okay, Sir Sylvan.
Ma'am, once ma-industrial partner ka, ma'am ba, dili pwede ka nang mo hatag kag maski like partial capital, ma'am. Dapat 100% capital free gyud ka, ma'am, once industrial
No, you
partner
can
ka.
be both capitalist, industrialist. I mean, capitalist, industrial partner. Mixture
Ah,
of both. Okay. So, if both ka, capitalist and industrial partner, in this case, you can be made liable but only for your share as a capitalist partner. Kaya di ba naman gyapon na porsyento si industrial partner sa sharing sa profits? Di ba? So, ang katong specific share for him being an industrial partner, dili to siya pwede hilaptan. But you can be both capitalist industrial partner. Okay? Later on sa subsequent articles, ato man na siyang mahisgutan. Okay. Okay. Article 1792. If a partner authorized to manage collects a demandable sum. Kaniha? Kadungog na mo managing partner. Kana sa mga
Yes,
teleserye,
attorney.
mga K-drama, mga the managing partner. Sa Suits, si Jessica, siya si managing partner, diba? So, meaning to say, okay, one of the characteristics of a partnership is that they have mutual agency. So, pasabot sa mutual agency. Pasabot, ana, any partner can act as an agent of the partnership. So, let's say we have partners A and B. Okay? And ni siya. And B. Okay? A and B. So, by the concept of mutual agency, A can act on behalf of the partnership, meaning A can enter into contracts that will be binding sa partnership. Same goes with B. Okay? B can also act on behalf of the partnership. B can enter into contracts and those contracts will be binding to the partnership. So tawag na to ana mutual agency. Characteristic na siya sa partnership. Mutual agency. Any partner is treated as an agent of the partnership. However, if you stipulate in your articles of partnership that only one should manage the partnership, so kana siya nga inyong giingon na managing partner, siya ra ang pwede mo enter into contracts and all. So katong uban nga mga partners na wala gitangan as managing partner, dili na mo makabind sa partnership. Ang inyo ra buhaton, if naa man gani kailangan i-propose nga mga ipa-decide sa inyo ha, you can vote on it. But you cannot enter into contracts with other people that will bind the partnership if you have a managing partner. Gets? So, wala na mutual agency ana nga aspect kung naamoy i-appoint nga managing partner. Like for example, you would say in your articles of partnership that B is your managing partner. So B will be the one to represent the partnership in all of the partnership dealings. Kaya siya man si managing partner. Okay. Ako na nag-emphasize just to clear this phrase no nga, if a partner authorized to manage. So, meaning ana si managing partner. Let's say si B. So, sa ato ang partnership, si B ang managing partner. If a partner authorized to manage, in this case, si B, collects a demandable sum. When can we say that a sum is demandable?
If dako kaayo, ma'am.
If dako
When it's
kaayo. Oblicon concepts. Pagkadaghan ko oblicon, dyan siya nga concept. Sige, go. Ano sa makaingon nga demandable ang sum? Oblicon, please.
due and demandable.
Correct. So, due. Kung saan pasabot sa due? Nitongtong na sa iyahang maturity
Last
date.
due date na git.
Ting bayad.
Maturity date. So, ni mature na
Maturity the
siyang sum.
attorney.
Okay, that is a demandable sum. Okay, let's say here, say B being the managing partner. Nakakolekta ko na siya o demandable sum, which was owed to him in his own name. Kani ko no yung nakolekta, gikan ko no sa tao nga naagi utang niya personally. Let's say si X. Okay? Si X na ay utang kang B. Si B, managing partner. Nakakolekta ko na siya gikan ni X. So, nibayad si X kang B. Okay? Owed to him in his own name from a person who also owed the partnership another sum also demandable. So si X na ay utang kay B personally, and that utang is due and demandable. At the same time, X also has utang sa partnership, A and B partnership. Nasaan siya utang sa A and B partnership? Kani siya nga utang, due and demandable sad. Okay? So, duha di ang utang ni X. Nasa utang kang B personally, nasa siya utang sa partnership, which is also due and demandable. Ang nakakollect sa bayad ni X is ang managing partner. Okay? The sum thus collected shall be applied to the two credits in proportion to their amounts, even though he may have given a receipt for his own credit only. Example, to simplify lang jud ha, let's say, utang ni X kay B is 10,000. Okay? Ang utang ni X sa partnership is also 10,000. Karon, nibayad si X. Ni-kolekta ni B. Nibayad si X. 10 ra iyang, di ba ang total niya utang 20. Correct? Pero pag kolekta ni B, ang gibayad ni X, 10 ra. 10 ra ang iyang gibayad. Unsa kuno ang rule? Nya paghatag ni X kay B, ni ingon gid daw si X nga, "Oy B, kani nga 10,000 nga akong ihatag nimo, bayad ni nako sa akong utang jud nimo, dili utang sa partnership. Katong utang nimo akong unahon og bayad, 10,000." So si B, ni pirma siya og acknowledgement no nga nakadawat siya og 10,000 as payment for the personal debts ni X. Padong kang B. Okay? But bisan na kuno ug nagsabot sila nga kato kunong utanga ay kato kunong bayada sa utang to nga personal. Dili na siya mao ang i-follow sa balaod. Ingon dinhi silo nga it shall be applied to the two credits in proportion to their amount. So magtunga kuno na si B ug si partnership sa iyahang nakolekta nga 10,000. In proportion to their amounts. So, pila man ang proportion? Ani ug ani? 50-50. Diba? So, that means, ang 5,000 ana for the settlement of the personal debt and the other 5,000 is for the settlement of the utang ni X kang partnership. Nakuha? So, again, ang butang diri even though he may have given a receipt for his own credit, bahala na kuno taritibo kuno gi-specify dito ni B nga para ni sa iyang utang nako personally. Na-gets? So, in proportion. Okay? Kana nga rule nga in proportion, mo apply ra na siya kung ang nakadawat is si managing partner. Unya, aside sa si managing partner ang nakadawat, gi-specify ni X nga sa personal ni siya nga utang. So, duha ka requisites. First, actually, tulo di ka requisites. First yung pinaka-importante nga requisite, both debts should be due and demandable. Kailangan kaning duha, due na gyud. Kung naisa din nga dili due, dili na siya mo apply nga rule. Okay? So, that's the first very important requisite. Second, the one who collected the debt is a managing partner or a partner authorized to manage. Third requisite, the payment, nabuang si Siri. Third requisite is that ang gi-specify ko no nga kani siya nga bayad para na siya sa personal. Okay? So, if naatong tulo ka requisite, ang sa effect, i-proportion, i-apply ang i-chop daw kuno na siya ang bayad in proportion to their amounts. In this case, 50-50. But, Pero, should he have given it for the account of the partnership credit, the amount shall be fully applied to the latter. So, meaning to say, if gi-specify ni X nga, oy, B, kaning 10,000 nga akong ihatag nimo. Wala lang siya imuha niha sa partnership ni siya tanan nga utang nako. Mayon si B, sige, bahala pag imong isulti nga sa partnership. Ito nga, i-proportion ko ni to their amount, to our amounts. Sayop. Okay, sayop. Because if the debtor expressly says na this is for the payment of my utang to the partnership, then there is no such thing as i-apply in proportion. Apply it fully to the partnership utang. Nakuha? Nagets na to? So, in short,
Yes, attorney.
mas i-prioritize na to dapat ang partnership. Right? Eh, kung sa partnership man good, dili ra good ikaw ang affected. Daghan magod mo with your partners. So, you should, kumbaga, murag common sense lang ba na you should stay true to your partners as well. Dili mo sila alkansihon. Okay, the provisions of this article are understood to be without prejudice to the right granted to the debtor with Article 1252. Article 1252, oblikon basad ni but only if the personal credit of the partner should be more onerous to him. Okay. So, kani siyang rule nga i-apply daw kung nimo proportionately na kay kawalaan ni. Unsa man ang instance wherein pwede ra nimo dili i-apply proportionately. Apply kag article, well, if Article 1252 applies to your circumstance. Article 1252 says that you have the option. Oh, no. The debtor has the option, meaning si X, has the option. If one debt is more onerous than the other. So meaning to say, for example, if this debt has an interest of 10% per month, and this debt has a, let's say, 2% interest per month, which one is more onerous? The personal debt or
10%.
the debt of the partnership?
The personal.
Okay, the personal. This one is more onerous. Ano naman, mas bugat man siya sa part ni X. Diba kay, magdagan ang yung interest na 10% per month man. So in that case, if one debt is more onerous than the other, then the debtor can choose which one ang iyang isettle. So in this case, even if both debts are already due, and even if the payment was given to a managing partner, okay, X can say that this 10,000 is for B only because his debt is more onerous. Then in that case, we shall not apply the credits in proportion to their amounts. Kay fairness man sa jud no nga mas okay jud nga isettle ni niya daan kay mas makasave man siya sa interest. Right? Kani mas bukat makaya ang interest. So reasonable ra jud nga i-fully pay lang sa niya tanan para mawa na ang 10% interest. Sakto no? Agree mo? So, ni-make sense ba siya ninyo ang kaninga provision? Ang nakanindot manggod kung ato manggong sabton yun ba, i-by heart na to ang provisions. Makaingon na sa nga, bitaw, sakto. Kunya, I mean, to quote Attorney Tiquillo, later on, under mo ni Attorney Tiquillo sa 4th year, and I feel like, ganahan ko ni Attorney Tiquillo. Yung magod siya na, you cannot forget what you have felt in a very strong way. First decade, you cannot remember what you don't understand. So meaning, you cannot force yourself during exams, for example, you cannot force yourself to remember something when in the first place, wa mo kasabot ana. Kung saan man ninyo pag-remember sa kabutangan, din nyo masabtan. Diba? So, first na tong goal is sabto na to. Okay? Because you cannot remember what you don't understand. And once you understand it, put emotions to it, invest your emotions to it, because you cannot forget what you have felt in a very strong way. Anything that requires you like intense emotions, it's hard for you to forget that. Bisan pag may kaganahan ako makalimutan ni. Pero because that moment you felt something, no? You invested your emotions, it's hard for you to forget that. And that's why when we study the provisions of the law, mas should nga murag emotional ma-invest sa to emotions ba, because it would be hard for us to forget these provisions if naka-feel jud ta igi-feel na to siya sa atong heart, no? So to complete his quote, you cannot remember what you don't understand, and you cannot forget what you have felt in a very strong way. So maybe that's the challenge for us professors, no? First, to help students understand so that you won't have a hard time recalling what you've studied. And another challenge for us is to press on your emotions, press your heart, and use your emotions para maglisod sa mo og kalimot sa ato ang kanang mga gihisgotan, no? Da nagdrama na ko kay 9:30 na magod hapit na. So ana lang sa takutob ha. Nasa takutob kay para di ta ma-information overload. Okay. Sige, stop sa nina ko.